this water back on yet, but I know where it goes. It goes right onto this point right here, which I still got to find a way to get it on there. So, but since I got it on this side, I can easily work at it. And I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do about this guy here. I'd rather get him replaced with something that's more reliable than this stupid thing, but I think he still might be good, even he's older in creation, so, but if it ever fails, then I'll see what I can do to replace it. And you can see there's some details on it. I'll switch the camera upside down. Let's see, does that help? No, it don't. So, okay. I thought that would actually help, but it does not. But anyway. So, but yeah. And if I was to take this entire freaking camshaft off, I would have to first take this section off first. Which what I would have to do, I would have to, this would have to come off. Which this is apparently pressed in with a pin, according to what the manual says. There's a pinhole that's like sitting down here in the dark. Kind of hard to see. My camera's not even focusing when I want it to. But anyway, there's a pinhole that's down there. There's a standard press pinhole that's holding this piece on here. And since this piece is in the way, it has to come off first before this entire assembly has to come off. Along with this switch that's over here that tells it if there's a record there or there's no record, and you'll automatically reject. So, now if you notice, I took the little fingers off of that, which the spring has been busted on it anyway, and there's the fingers there. There's the screws that go with it. So, as you can see with these things here, it's got a flat on one side and it's round on the other. This would have been used to run the brush that's on that assembly there, which would actually come over and frickin' brush against your cartridge either this way or the other way, even though it goes in one direction anyway. So I still have to replace this needle over here. It's still garbage. The tip of it is very terrible, and I can't even get this darn poor thing to focus. Let's see if I'm not sure. Can I even focus on that needle, or does it start thinking of it's gonna give us a heart attack probably. See if I can try to make it easier maybe. Let's see, will it work this way? Yeah, there we go. That works a little better. You can see there's barely a freaking tip on there, but it's still pretty much busted. This is the good side. As you can see, it's a lot bigger, so this would actually play the records a whole lot better, since this is a brand new one anyway. This other one is garbage. So, but I'll leave it in here for now until I get it freaking replaced. I don't care. So, but yeah. So I'll have to figure out, see, is it going to be worth it trying to get this thing, the whole entire shaft off, or not, especially without any extra hands or someone who's really good at actually taking this entire thing apart with all this springs all over the frickin' place. I mean, seriously, there's more springs than a frickin' jungle gym in here. Like, there's a spring right there that's attached to that. There's some springs over here. As you can see, there's a double of them on the switch. One comes up to here, and one goes right there onto that piece. So, and there's probably one on the underside for that one wheel. So it's just a complete freaking clusterfuck. So one thing to me that's really astounding on how Seeburg can actually make things so complicated, like the way this looks. Well, if you take a look at an NSM jukebox, it actually makes things a whole lot more simpler. Plus, they use the circuit board instead of old relay type switches, and then use all these levers to have to trip each of these switches for it to operate correctly. It's so mind-boggling. So that's basically that hardly anybody can actually work on these things whatsoever. But I guess if you enjoy working on Seeburgs, that's up to you. That's your choice, if you like them or not. For me personally, I think I'd rather deal with a Rockola than I do with this. So, and maybe some Wurlitzers, like the older ones. not as old as the 1550s that I got, because those things are just a royal pain in the butt. Especially when it comes to the, because its mechanism, whole entire thing is like this, just a big clusterfuck. It's not like what people say that it's real hard to work on. It's just mechanical parts is the issue. And I'll probably make a whole entire separate video about what I think about the 1550s whenever I get a chance to have a video looking right at it. So, I'm gonna try getting a little bit more. I'm gonna use this right here, this heavy duty degreaser, and spray some of it on this cam right here and see if I can try scrubbing it off with the good old toothbrush over there. So, I'll show you what it looks like as soon as I get done with that. Alright, I got the first thing out of my way, which is a piece that runs on a spring between here and on the bracket itself, which is this right here. This is the spring piece, and this is the shaft itself. You can see there's quite a bit of freaking rust liquid still right there. It's pretty rusted in there, so. But, what I had to do this with the spring still attached, which is not an easy task without destroying your fingers once in a while we're trying to get this thing off. One recommendation, if you were to take this thing off, is to try to get it, basically have the tip of this right here, while it's on here, try to get it above this right here. Just trying to get a little bit above it, just enough where we can get it to loose its tension. But still keep this here enough on the shaft, so basically like this here. Now, as soon as I can move it like this here, then you can just slowly move it over so that way you can get it loose, so that way you can get this thing off. It'd be the easiest way without destroying it, without getting your fingers pinched either on this right here, one between this and this, or getting it off, or down here, which you could probably easily cut your finger on this corner here. This corner is very sharp, so I don't think anybody wants to go to the freaking hospital with just a major blood cut on that fucker, or I just would put it, just use like a bunch of tube of super glue, as some people would do. But anyway, so that's a recommendation on that if you go to take that part off on this thing. Now I'm gonna get the rag over here and clean some of that off. So. Grab my trusty rag. Just kind of go over here and just kind of rot this stuff off. See if I can get this junk off here. Ugh. He doesn't look too bad at all. Just has a lot of rust. Rusty water. Or oil in this case, because I would have sprayed it with WD-40. Or this good old PB blaster, which comes in real handy. So, anyway. So now that's off. So now the only thing I would have to deal with is just deal with this entire piece, which is actually two separate pieces. But I don't have to worry about taking this apart because I already did this and this, so I don't have to worry about. So I just got to take this entire thing here off. But I got to get this off first, which will not be easy whatsoever freaking ever. Because of the way it is and how close that frickin' hole is. It's absolutely stupid. Oops. That's a little rough. Sorry about that. But anyways, you can see that pinhole I was talking about. That pinhole right there. That's what the pin's supposed to sit in. You have to get that thing out. According to what the manual says, so. But you can see this entire thing would turn. So, right now it's should be engaged in play mode. I just noticed that's in, so the toner should be loose. Okay, yeah, it's loose to play the A side, B side. I don't remember. I think it might be like A side. I think. But anyways, so totally engaged. Whatever. So whenever I want to frickin' get this thing to move, I have to turn this darn thing again just to get it to work. Which could be a pain in the butt because of all the dang springs. So. Okay, now I just took that piece and dipped it in some jelly. So I'm going to let that sit there for about 5-10 minutes, and then I'm going to rinse that off with some water, dip it in there, and hopefully it should be good. I'll just have to get a Q-tip to clean the inside of the hole there, so that way there's no crud in it to cause any resistance. Okay, I removed another bad piece. That's where the key here, as you can see, broke right off. So, and that's right onto this shaft right here where it was the worst of the rust on this poor machine. So, as you can see, it's really terrible on there. Let me get a better view around over here. As you can see, it's pretty rusted on there. So, this is what the piece actually looks like. See, it's pretty freaking bad. Let's see if I can get the camera to focus for me here. Let's see, I'm not sure if you can see that in there. The camera doesn't want to focus on me. There it goes. It's kind of hard to tell on camera, but for what I can see, it is really rusted in there. You can probably see some gunk right there on the walls. I'm definitely going to need to clean this thing up, so I'm going to go get some Q-tips and I'll be back. Okay, I got me some Q-tips here. Apparently I lost a piece of that broken key, including this washer, because I accidentally put my hand in a spot where I shouldn't. But, oh well, I guess. So, there's the Q-tip and there's the part here. So what we're going to do is just going to kind of go through this. And you can see that it's quite a bit of rust there. So, now, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this other end here and put some of this jelly on and put it in here. It's kind of working in there, so take some of this and probably rub it on the outside a bit here. Okay, so I'll go through this one more time here. Pain in the butt to get it back in there the third time. Yeah. Okay, so that seems to be pretty good. Now it's kind of work that in there, so the other crud is in there. So okay, so alright, so I gotta remember this goes to the inside, goes this way into the unit. So shaft goes towards the right and the wheel goes to the left. We're going to take this in. Wipe the shaft down here. Which basically what I'm doing, I'm just kind of rubbing around the outside here. Well, I'm going to put some of that gunk stuff and put it over it, so throw that away. Don't need that no more. Now, flip my camera around here. Take some of this lovely jelly. Don't want too much. And we're going to put it over that bar there.